Hello students, welcome to the next lecture on the real analysis. Today I will explain you the concept of the neighborhood. बड़े ही आसान तरीके से फनी वे में इसको नेक्स्ट 5 to 6 मिनट्स में इस कंसेप्ट को सीखेंगे. Myself Dr. Harish Garg, you can follow and subscribe my YouTube channel where you can find the playlist of the real analysis. Now, as I mentioned you, today we will discuss one of the most important concept named as the neighborhood, and it is a part of the point set topology. But before I directly write the mathematical definition of the point set topology, कुछ एग्जाम्पल के साथ, फनी एग्जाम्पल के साथ आपको समझाता हूं जिससे आप इस कंसेप्ट को you can remember the concept for a long period of the time. So because you all are so young students, so I can choose the example which are related to the boyfriend and the girlfriend. Fine. तो जिससे क्या होगा कि आप, because all of you are the Gen Zs, so आपको इस तरह के एग्जाम्पल से जल्दी से दिमाग में क्लियर हो जाएगा. So assume that there are the three girls who have recently joined the university, girl A, B and C. तो जैसे जब भी कोई न्यू गर्ल यूनिवर्सिटी में ज्वाइन करती है, so what is the reaction of the boy? Definitely every boy wants to make a friendship with them. Of course. Fine. क्या आपके साथ भी ऐसा होता है? कमेंट करके बताओ. क्या आप भी, अगर whenever the new girl has joined the university, तो will you try to impress her? Fine. तो क्या होगा? Whenever every boy wants to make a friendship with them, but इस गर्ल A की कुछ अपनी restrictions हैं, अपना दायरा है एक, जिससे वो किसी भी बॉय को yes और no बोलेगी. Similarly, girl B has their own restrictions, own conditions, fine, और उसका एक अपना दायरा होगा जिससे वो yes और no बोले, and so on. So that means all these three girls have the different personalities and the different levels to impress. हो सकता है गर्ल A जल्दी इंप्रेस हो जाए, हो सकता है गर्ल C सबसे लेट इंप्रेस हो, एंड वाइस वर्सा. तो कैसे आप किसी भी गर्ल को इंप्रेस करोगे? मेरा टारगेट आज का लेक्चर का ये नहीं है कि आप गर्ल को इंप्रेस कैसे करोगे, दैट यू नो बेटर देन मी. फाइन. पर मेरा पर्पस है कि नेबरहुड को इस फनी एग्जाम्पल से समझना. तो क्या हुआ? द गर्ल्स आर टॉकिंग टू ईच अदर्स एंड दे आर डिस्कसिंग अबाउट हाउ द बॉय कैन इंप्रेस हर. Fine. So the girls are chatting among themselves and they are talking about what is the minimum effort a boy should make to impress her, or how can someone becomes our friend. Clear? तो सब आपस में बात कर रहे हैं. The girl A simply say any boy who simply smile, give me the one chocolate and the kind messages are enough to impress the girl A. तो कोई भी लड़का आप में से अगर उसको गर्ल को स्माइल करे, वन चॉकलेट प्रोवाइड करे और कुछ स्मॉल मैसेज प्रोवाइड करे, then the girl A is impressed. That means once you are doing the same thing, the girl will say yes to the coffee. So what does that meaning? That means इसके अंदर जो कोई भी बॉय है, whether he is a careless or not a careless, he can simply impress the girl A. Because यहाँ पे इसकी कोई कंडीशन ऐसी नहीं है कि वो केयर करने वाला चाहिए कि नहीं करने वाला चाहिए. दैट मीन्स इवन इफ द बॉय इज अ लिटिल केयरलेस, ही इज स्टिल इंप्रेसिंग हर वेरी इजली. तो इसका मतलब इसका जो दायरा है इस गर्ल ए को इंप्रेस करने का, वो क्या है? इट्स अ वेरी वेरी लार्ज. अगर ये आपकी गर्ल है, फाइन, तो इसको कौन इंप्रेस कर सकता है? हु आर गिविंग अ स्माइल, वन चॉकलेट एंड काइंड मैसेज. तो इसका मतलब इसका दायरा काफी बड़ा है, ये जल्दी से इंप्रेस हो जाएगी. दैट मीन्स हर इंप्रेस नेबरहुड is a very large. So because my आज का लेक्चर नेबरहुड पे एक्सप्लेन कर रहा हूं, तो you can think about the impress is a neighborhood. Similarly, the girl B say the chocolate isn't enough. The boy should also remember her birthday, spend time with her and be honest. So that means chocolate के साथ साथ उसने ये तीन कंडीशन और इंप्लाई कर दी. What does the meaning of that? That means the boy has to come closer by showing more care and provided more efforts. इतनी जल्दी से वो गर्ल बी को अपनी फ्रेंड नहीं बना सकता. He has to do some effort. इसका मतलब क्या होगा? इसका जो दायरा है वो पहली वाली गर्ल से थोड़ा सा कम है. गर्ल ए जल्दी इंप्रेस हो जाएगी, गर्ल बी जल्दी इंप्रेस नहीं होगी आपसे. फाइन. दैट मीन्स हर इंप्रेस नेबरहुड इज अ स्मॉलर. While the girl C say the words and the chocolate does not impress her. फाइन. तो उसके लिए क्या करना होगा? वो क्या क्वालिटी चाहती है? The first one is a boy should be a better human being, show the respect, true and kindness, consistency and the patience do. तो ये सब फीचर उस लड़के में होने चाहिए. So what does it means? That means the only those who come very closer to girl C which have a genuine effort. Fine. तो इसका मतलब क्या होगा? गर्ल सी को इंप्रेस करना इतना आसान नहीं है. हर नेबरहुड इज अ वेरी वेरी स्मॉल. So what does the meaning of that? That means the girl A is easy to impress, girl B is moderate, while the girl C is a very very hard to impress. इन तीनों केसेस में आपको एक चीज जो कॉमन मिली वो क्या थी? Impress to the girl. That's a common thing and I called as the center point. Find the center point. Girl will never change. लेकिन चेंज क्या हो रहा है? अगर ये आपका गर्ल है तो चेंजेस क्या हो रही है आपके पास? इंप्रेसिव. अगर गर्ल सी इज अ वेरी वेरी डिफिकल्ट टू इंप्रेस तो इसका मतलब उसका दायरा बड़ा स्मॉल है. जो मॉडरेट गर्ल है उसका दायरा क्या है? थोड़ा सा बड़ा है. एंड द गर्ल सी हैज अ मोर. सो दैट मीन्स द लार्जर रेडियस, दैट इज अ गर्ल ए, इज इजी टू एंटर इनटू द नेबरहुड. द मीडियम, दैट इज द गर्ल बी, is more effort needed, and the girl C, that's a smaller radius, will provide more and more closer efforts required to impress the girl. So that means whenever you are talking about this particular example, we can say as the radius increases the neighborhood becomes smaller. That means whenever, the moral of the story is, whenever you are in the love, what's matter is how close you are to the point. Closeness means how much effort you put into the neighborhood. So the same way we can think about the real analysis. This is exactly what happens in the mathematics. We don't judge the people. Remember, in the real analysis, we don't judge the people. We only compare the size of the neighborhood. That means neighborhood क्या है आपका? एक सेंटर पॉइंट के अराउंड आप कितनी फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी दे रहे हो आप किसी को, और आपका कंफर्ट जोन कितना है. फाइन. द नेबरहुड इज सिंपली द सेट ऑफ द पॉइंट लाइंग विद इन द पर्टिकुलर डिस्टेंस फ्रॉम द सेंटर. नाउ इफ आई टॉकिंग अबाउट द मैथमेटिकली, व्हाट इज द मैथमेटिकल डेफिनेशन ऑफ द नेबरहुड ऑफ द पॉइंट? इफ आई कंसिडर एज द रियल एक्सिस फ्रॉम माइनस इंफिनिटी टू प्लस इंफिनिटी, इफ आई कंसिडर एज द पॉइंट ए, whatever the neighborhood, that means whatever the points surrounding the A is called as the neighborhood of the point. The neighborhood of the point is an open interval around the single point, and that distance I call as a delta. So if I call as a minus delta, and that point is A plus delta. Fine. Well, delta is a very very small number. Any subset n of the real number R is called as the neighborhood of the point if there exists a positive real number delta such that there exists a neighborhood A minus delta comma A plus delta, that is the open interval, is totally contained in the set n. Fine. Or you can say it is denoted by capital N is a neighborhood point A with the radius delta, and I can say collection of all those points of the x such that distance of the point A must be less than of the radius. Now, in other words, we can say for all those points which are satisfying my given condition is known as the neighborhood. Remember students, we can denote the neighborhood as NBD. NBD, wherever I can use the neighborhood in my complete lecture series, that NBD is called as the neighborhood. The center A is, the point A is called as the center, while delta is called as the radius. How you can find the neighborhood of the point 5, x5, radius is my 2. Fine. Okay, but make sure some books or some authors have used the notation of n comma a like of this case also. ये भी लिख देते हैं, दैट्स अ सबस्क्रिप्ट में उसकी डेल्टा का नोटेशन लिख दिया. बोथ हैव द सेम मीनिंग. सो आपका टारगेट क्या है इस एग्जांपल में? दैट मीन्स योर टारगेट इज कलेक्शन ऑफ ऑल दोस एक्स इन द आर such that center is my 5, radius is my 2. So can you find the value of the x which satisfied by this condition? Clearly say collection of all those x minus of 2 less than x minus 5 is less than 2. So can you find the value of the x? X will be my 3. I can add 5 on the both side. So what does the meaning of the x? X is my open interval 3 comma 7. Make sure student it's my strictly less than sign. So that means every number which lies between 3 to 7 is called as the neighborhood of the point. Similarly, I can find the neighborhood of the 10 with the radius 0.5, or geometrically that means it's my 10. 0.5 left side पे चले जाओ, it's a 9.5. 0.5 right side पे चले जाओ, so 10.5. That means the neighborhood will be my 9.5 to 10.5 is the open interval, or called as the neighborhood of the 10 with the radius 0.5. Based on the neighborhood of the point, we can extend to the neighborhood of the set. On the real line R, I can define as the set S. So set S को neighborhood कब कहेंगे? If you find the open interval, if I define the open interval N, or called as a G, that is my open interval, not as the open set, it's the open interval. We can define the open interval such that the open interval is the subset is contained in the open interval G. Any neighborhood of the set is an interval, open or close, around an entire set is called as the neighborhood of the set. Mathematically, we can say a set N is called as the neighborhood of the set if there exists the open interval G such that G is contained in the N, is called as the neighborhood of the set. As you can see example, consider the real line R, 2, 5 is my set, fine, and I can define any neighborhoods, let's say it's a 1 and the 6. So clearly say 2 and 5 is contained in the 1, 6, that is the called as the neighborhood of the set. हाँ, आप ये भी कह सकते हो कि सर instead of the 1 I can choose it as a 1.5 to 5.3. Yes, it is also the neighborhood. Fine, तो आपको सिर्फ एक open set लेना है, वो कोई भी हो, चाहे वो 1,6 हो, चाहे वो 1.5 to 5.9 हो, और चाहे 1.6 से 5.3, any open set that contained in the set. So what is the meaning of the neighborhood? Is neighborhood is a point which taken all those points which are sufficiently closer to the point A, और वो कितने distance पे होगा? That is point to the radius. The neighborhood is simply means the open set which does not includes the end point. Fine. That's why I'm asking you, it is always be strictly less than of the delta. That means the neighborhood of the 5, एक 5 है जिसका रेडियस क्या लेना है 2, सो इसका 2 इधर चले जाओ 3 और 2 राइट साइड पे चले जाओ 7 is my open interval 3,7, not as the closed interval 3,7. Fine. So neighborhood means वो सारे पॉइंट जो इसके दायरे के आसपास रखे जाएं आपके पास. I hope you have really enjoyed this session. अगर आप we will see the next lecture on the deleted neighborhood. आप कमेंट करके बताइए कि आप इसी तरह से फन तरह से समझना चाहते हो कि only from the mathematical point of view. So you can tell me in the answers or comments in the comment box. We will see the very soon. Till then you can subscribe my YouTube channels. Best of luck students. Happy learning.